Many years ago, the Council of Holstebro in Denmark embarked on a very interesting initiative. What they were trying to do was to make sure their senior citizens who were on government-sponsored meals continue to be happy. They found that they were not very happy. About 100,000 plus people, senior citizens, were on these meal scheme, and they didn't eat well. They didn't look well. The municipality, therefore, took it upon themselves to solve that problem. They engaged a Danish design firm called Hatch and Bloom, and they gave them instructions. The senior citizens don't seem to be very happy. Why don't you update the menu so that they get a nice, a richer, better flavor of the menu, and therefore when they come to the kitchen to eat, they feel good about the food. Little did they realize that it was not enough to just update the menu, but a lot more. So Hatch and Bloom started looking into this quite seriously, and then they started speaking to the senior citizens. So as we all know, what happens when you eat free food is that you don't like it after a while. It's something done on charity. It's something that you're not involved in, and you don't feel that well doing that all the time. So Hatch and Bloom realized this issue, but at the same time they also realized one more problem. The kitchen staff, the staff of the kitchen also felt that they were doing everything that they could in their capacity. So Hatch and Bloom went about rethinking the whole problem, and then spoke to the senior kitchen staff. They spoke to the different people who deliver food, as well as the senior citizens, and then they realized that it was not enough to just update the menu, but it was important to redo the entire kitchen. They packaged the food differently. The way it looked was very different, and then and the way it is served was very different. And more importantly, senior citizens started playing a much more front and central active role in creating and in making the food as well. So this is the concept of service design. When you look at it holistically, you not only solve the customer problem, but also look at the business processes and the employee experiences. So when everything comes together, you have a solid, enhanced experience as well as seamless service delivery. That is service design. My name is Sudhindra. I am the Chief Design Officer for IBM iX in India. I've been using service design for a lot of work that I do. What we look for in service design is to make sure that at all levels, from the surface to the core, we have a single message and a single experience that resonates across, be it across different touch points, different channels, or different devices. The message and the experience translates and is carried through. That brings me to the different concepts of service design itself. What are the different concepts of service design? Let me give you the example of a performance. Say you've gone to a theater, a play, and then you see an amazing ambience when you walk in. You see these huge high ceiling, plush nice seats, and then you wait for the opening of the performance. The performance opens, and you see the dancers dancing, and the singers singing, and the actors acting, and you are immersed in the overall experience of that. So what's happening there? So let's examine what's actually going on. There is something going on in the front stage of you. It's in front of you. There are all of these people playing their roles. The people who are singing, so on. But there is a lot of stuff happening at the backstage as well. There are people who are projecting the light in a certain way. The people who are using the sound to create the sound design. Then you have people who are helping the artists get ready and be on time. There are choreographers who are indicating how to dance and how to move to the beat of the sound. So all of this is happening at the backstage. Now, uh, if the backstage is not as well choreographed as the front stage, the entire experience is going to be compromised. So it's very important that it is not just the front stage but also the backstage is choreographed and they're all coming together seamlessly. That's the concept of service design. Those are the fundamental elements in a service design: the front stage and the backstage. Now let's examine this in a everyday scenario, like walking into a restaurant. When you walk into a restaurant, you're met by the waiter, by the usher, who invites you in, gives you a table. So he is interacting with you. And then there is a chef in the restaurant who is in the backstage, who is preparing the food so that you eat some delicious hot food. Then there is the cashier and the people in the billing department, who is charging the right amount of money for the services that you have taken. So all of these is happening in an everyday concept of restaurant. So if we apply the concepts of front stage, backstage, and so on, on the restaurant, you can see how the service design plays itself out. So in any construct of business, we look into all of these different areas and make sure how they are all well choreographed. Service design is essentially a coming together of all the products, the services in the entire ecosystem, and along with the the brand experiences that it generates for its people. It's a human-centered approach that is that aims to create enhanced high-quality experiences as well as the right kind of business processes for seamless service delivery towards a great experience for its users. The other concepts of service design are the concept of the service blueprint, where you're able to see in a large canvas how things go through the processes, the technology infrastructure, the touch points between the customer and, in this case of the restaurant, the waiter, and where the line of visibility is, and where the line of interaction is, and so on. So all of these things are some things that you can see when you draw up what is called as a service blueprint. Now, to do all of these things, it's very important that we have the right kind of mindsets. So it's not enough that you look at the profits that you could generate out of your business. Profit is, of course, an important aspect, but if that's the only one you approach with, you most probably end up becoming a commodity very soon. So how do you unlock new forms of value into your businesses is the other thing that you will examine. And for that, you need what is called as empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and to be able to live or feel a person who is near you. So empathy is a very important concept in service design. Curiosity. How do you keep learning? How do you keep looking at the world differently? You could look at it and say that it's the same as yesterday, or you could also say that there is so much different from yesterday. So curiosity is the other thing. The other aspect of the design mindset is the concept of progression versus perfection. The world today is very different than what it was many years ago. It's a rapid change that's come on in the world today. Therefore, every day is a new day in the sense that there is some new technology innovation that's happening. There is a new invention in the US that rapidly comes into another country, and so on. So it's very important that we keep iterating and not be stuck up with the perfect answer, but we keep progressing from where we are. And last but not the least is the systems thinking, or the holistic thinking, that is very important in service design as well. So it's not about thinking, again, one aspect of it, but also looking at it across the system. So in the case of the restaurant, the system is much larger than the particular dining table that the customer is in. The system involves the chef, it involves the entire kitchen, it involves the supply mechanism of the fresh food, it involves the parking of the car. It's a huge amount of stuff that's coming together to deliver a service. So a systems thinking enables us to look at it holistically. And to do that, you need specific skills, visualization, brainstorming, and to be able to fluidly observe what's going on. When you put all of that together, you can create high quality experiences and provide seamless service delivery. That's what is service design for you.